9-point harness. Grandpa, get your ID. Shortly, because ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime.
You're listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast.
Welcome into the Dirt Racing Podcast. We'll have results from one of our tracks that race, plus high limit results and thoughts on the high limit series. With one track gain in, that was last Wednesday night at Southern Iowa Speedway. We have the full results from that show starting right now. Picking up with the sport mods, your winner was the 30M McGuire DeYoung. Second, the 01 Braden Carter. Third, the 7V Carter Vandenberg. Fourth, the 29 of Colton Lizzie. Fifth, the 8T of Tony Johnson. Kason Keller in the 71X was sixth. Seventh, the 55R Stephen Barry. Eighth was the 17M of Jared Miller. Ninth, the 1V of Curtis Vanderwall. And 10th was the 15K of Kyle Harwood. In the non-wing sprint cars, your winner was 11B Ben Woods. Second, the 12 of Doug Sylvester. Third, the 7J Nathan James. Fourth is Tim Folkerts in the 3T. And the T4 Tyler Graves. In the Sport Compacts, your winner was Shane Barnes in 26X. Second was the 2H of James Herring. Third, the 746 of Garrett Porter. Fourth, the 2M of Matt Moore. Fifth, the 7 of Brandon Pickney. Noah Beacon in the 13X was sixth. Seventh, the 5H of Tyler Herring. Burlington Long in the 000B was in 8th. 9th, Kyle Rasdom in the 18A. 10th was the 3 of Kurt Brown. 11th, Bob Hayes in the 0. 12th was the 14A of Brandon Allison. 13th, the 11 of Caleb Hildebrand. And 14th was the 29 of Matt Miller. In the stock cars, your winner was the 22R Tyler Eisler. Second, 52 Nathan Wood. Third, the B17 of Steve Byer. Fourth, the 77 of Josh Fisher. Fifth was the 10G Justin Griffith. Sixth, the 3 of Travis Bennell. Seventh was Clint Goff in 96. Eighth, the 51T of Tanner Wilson. Ninth was Jeff Byers in the 16. And 10th was the 85 of Jason McDaniel. In the hobby stocks, your winner was the 7B Eric Stanton. Second, Christian Huffman in the 14. Third, the 73 Aaron Martin. Fourth, the 1R Rick Van Dusseldorp. Fifth was the 10G Justin Griffiths. Sixth was Tyson Overton in 42T. Seventh, the 57 of Jesse Williams, or 54 Jesse Williams. Eighth was the 44R of Robbie Wilson. Ninth, the 6XP of Preston McDonald. 10th was the 01 of Austin Barnes. 11th, the 12 of Mike Kincaid. 12th was the 33T of Trevor Tanner. Caleb Helmsley in the 88H was 13th. 14th to 7 of Keaton Gordon. Jimmy Kieseling in the 72H was 15th. 16th was Jeremy Dooley in the 91. 17th was James Pokington in 22. Braden Long in the 06B was in 18th. 19th, Brandon Payne in 21B. 20th, or 71B, excuse me. 20th, the 24K of Jamie Kent. And 21st, the doubles and 0N of Noah Graves. High limit results from Tuesday night at 34 Raceway. We'll start with the 305s, give you the feature only. There was 18 cars in attendance. Angelique Glasgow in 62 was your winner. Second was 27 Cody Worley. Third, the 41X of Jeff Wilkie. Fourth, the 79 of Chase Gage Montgomery. Fifth was Noah Samuel in the 41. Sixth, the 51 of Nathan Murders. JJ Beaver in the B29 was seventh. Devin Rouse was eighth in the 16. Ninth was McLean Richards in 31. 10th, the O2S of Josh Jones. 11th was the 24 of Eric Wilkie. 12th was the 15 or the 52H of Cole Helmerson. 13th, 51 of Aaron Finch. The rest were did not starts or did not finishes. 14th was the 78 of Dugan T. 15th, the 7B of Nick Guernsey. 16th, the 4 Chase Richards. 17th, the 51J of Blaine Jameson. And the 1J of Ryan Jameson was credited with 18th. On the high limit side, we had 51 sprint cars signed in the pits. And they split the groups into two groups of qualifying. In Group 1, your quick time was the 52 of Blake Hahn at a 12.380. Second was the 3Z of Brock Zierfoss at a 12.392. Third was the 55B of Alex Bowman at a 12.425. Fourth was the 9 of Chase Randall at a 12.434. Also at a 12.434. And fifth was the 2D of Connor Morrell. Sixth, the 15H of Sam Haferteeth at a 12.444. Rico Abreu was seventh in the 24 at a 12.454. Eighth was Zeb Wise in the 26 at a 12.458. Ninth was Michael Buddy Kilfoy in the 11 at 12.490. 10th was the 21 of Brian Brown at 12.497. 11th, the 50 of Paul Nieheiser at a 12.504. 14th or 12th was the 14 of Cole Macedo at a 12.517. 13th was the 7VC of Tyler Courtney at a 12.521. 14th quick was the 9K Casey Kane at a 12.544. 15th was the 88 of Austin McCarl at a 12.548. 16th was the 35 of Zach Hampton at a 12.554. 17th was the 24W of Garrett Williamson at a 12.611. 18th was 71 of Corey Eliason at a 12.675. 19th, 55H McKenna Hassey at a 12.689. 20th was Danny Dietrich in the 48 at a 12.696. 21st was Joe B. Miller at a 12.729. And the last car to make the heat races was the 10 of Paulie Coley Giovanni in 22nd at a 12.771. 13th was 11K of Craig, or 23rd was 11K of Craig Kidzer at a 12.795. 24th, the 7 Brooke Tatnell at 12.920. And 25th, the 60 of Mario Clauser at a 12.996. Group 2 qualifying quick time was the 19 of Brent Marks at a 12. 424. Second, the 39M of Anthony Macquarie at a 12,489. Third was the 13 of Justin Peck at a 12,497. Fourth was the 39 of Justin Sanders at a 12,522. Fifth, the 57 of Kyle Larson at a 12,536. Sixth, the 3 of Ayrton Jennington at a 12,562. Seventh was the 29 in the law firm Parker Price Miller at a 12,578. Eighth was the 8 of Aaron Reitzel at 12,580. Ninth, the 21H of Brady Bacon at a 12,614. 10th was the 14T of Tim Essenson at a 12,616. 11th, the 5T of Ryan Timms at a 12,619. 12th was the 25 of Scott Bigiski at a 12,643. 13th, the 17B of Bill Baylog at a 12,648. 14th was the 22 of Riley Gino at a 12,666. 15th was the 2KS of Ian Matson at 12,680. 16th was Carson McCarl 6 at a 12,698. 17th, the 1 Justin Henderson at a 12,706. 18th was the 49 Josh Diamond at 12,736. 19th was the 17 junior Ricky Stenhouse at a 12,738. 20th, the 55 of Hunter Schoenberg at a 12,877. 21st, the 44 Chris Martin at a 12,945. 22nd, last card to make the heats, the 3J of Dusty Zomer at a 13,025. 23rd to 9 was the 97 of Scotty Milan at a 13,229. 24th, the 16 TH of Kevin Newton at a 13,348. 25th was the 15 Emma Bobby Miter at 13,438. And 26th, the 6X of Frank Rogers at 13,725. In the non-qualifiers race, the top 4 make the heats. Everybody else went to the C main. Your winner was Brooke Tatnell. Second, Scotty Milan. Third, Mario Clauser. Fourth, the final transfer, Kevin Newton. Fifth is Frank Rogers. Sixth, Craig Kinzer. Seventh to Bobby Meitzer. Heat race number 1 had a major accident in it when Alex Bowman and Connor Morrell got together and had both big flips. Because of the crash, Alex Bowman fractured a vertebrae and is going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. So picking up the heat race win was the Blake Hahn. Second, Michael Buddy Kilfoy. Third, Rico Abreu. Fourth, Tyler Courtney. And fifth, the final trade, Austin McCarl. Sixth, the 50, Paul Niehiser. Seventh, Brooke Tatnell. Eighth, Joe B. Miller. Ninth, Garrett Williamson. 10th, McKenna Hassey. 11th, Connor Morrell. And 12th, Alex Bowman. Heat race number 2, your winner was Brock Zierfrost. Second, Chase Randall. Third, Zeb Wise. Fourth, Sam Haferteeth. And fifth and final transfers, Cole Macedo. Sixth was Brian Brown. Seventh, Casey Kane. Eighth, Danny Dietrich. Ninth, Corey Eliason. 10th, Cola Giovanni. 11th, Zach Hampton. And 12th, Scotty Milan. Heat race number 3 went to Justin Peck. Second was Brett Marks. Third, Kyle Larson. Fourth, Brady Bacon. And fifth and final transfer was Bill Baylog. Sixth was Parker Price Miller. Seventh, Ryan Timms. Eighth, Ian Matson. Ninth, Justin Henderson. 10th, Chris Martin. 11th, Ricky Stenhouse. And 12th, Mario Clauser. The fourth and final heat race went to Anthony Macri. Second, Justin Sanders. Third, Aaron Reitzel. Fourth, Scott Bogiski. And fifth and final transfer, Hunter Schoenberg. Sixth was Ayrton Jennington. Seventh, Josh Steinerman. Eighth, Dusty Zomer. Ninth, Carson McCarl. 10th, Tim Essenson. 11th, Riley Goodnow. And 12th, to Kevin Newton. C-Main took the top four to the back of the B. Your winner was McKenna Hassey. Second, Paulie Giovanni. Third, Chris Martin. And fourth and final transfer, Riley Goodnow. They were followed by fifth, Ricky Stana. Sixth, Tim Essenson. Seventh, Scotty Milan. Eighth, Craig Kinder. Ninth, Mario Clauser. And then some of these cars did not start. And Connor Morrell, Zach was 10th. 11th, Zach Hampton. 12th, Alex Bowman. 13th, Kevin Newton. 14th, Frank Rogers. And 15th, Bobby Meitzer. The dash went to Brent Marks. Second, Michael Buddy Kilfoy. Third, Anthony Macri. Fourth, Chase Randall. Fifth, Blake Hahn. Sixth, Justin Sanders. Seventh, Brock Zierfrost. And eighth, Justin Peck. In the B main, took four to the back of the A. Your winner was Brian Brown. Second to Parker Price Miller. Third, Paul Nieheiser. Fourth and final transfer, Danny Dietrich. They were followed by fifth, Ayrton Jetton. Sixth, Casey Kane. Seventh, Justin Henderson. Eighth, Joe B. Miller. Ninth, Ryan Timms. 10th, Josh Steinerman. 11th, McKenna Hassey. 12th, Carson McCarl. 13th, Chris Martin. 14th, Paulie Giovanni. 15th was Brooke Tatnell. 16th, Riley Goodnow. 17th, Garrett Williamson. 18th, Corey Eliason. 19th, Dusty Zomer. And 20th, Ian Matson. Your feature event was your winner was Anthony Macri. Second, Zeb Wise. Third, Kyle Larson. Fourth, Brett Marks. Fifth, Tyler Courtney. Sixth, Rico Abreu. Seventh, Michael Buddy Kilfoy. Eighth, Justin Sanders. Ninth, Brian Brown. 10th, Parker Price Miller. 11th, Aaron Reitzel. 12th, Scott Bogiski. 13th, Brady Bacon. 14th, Austin McCarl. 15th, Chase Randall. 16th, Cole Macedo. 17th, Hunter Schoenberg. 18th, Sam Haferteef. 19th was Dan Dietrich. 20th was Paulie Giovanni. 21st, Corey Eliason. 22nd, Brock Zierfrost. 23rd, Justin Peck. 24th, Bill Baylog. 25th, Blake Hahn. 26th, Casey Kane. And 27th, Paul Nieheiser. Points after two races. The top 10 in points. There's a tie for the lead between Kyle Larson and Tyler Courtney at 180. Sitting back in third with 179 is Anthony Macri. Fourth, Brian Brown at 160. Fifth, Michael Buddy Kilfoy at 158. Sixth is Brett Marks at 155. Seventh is Zeb Wise at 155. Eighth, Justice Sanders at 154. Ninth, Rico Abreu at 153. And 10th is Parker Price Miller at 150. Results last night from the Southern Iowa Speedway. We'll start with the non-wing sprint cars first. Picking up the win was 11B of Ben Woods. Second was the 12 of Doug Sylvester. Third, the T4 Tyler Graves. Fourth was the 7J of Nathan James. Tim Folkerts in the 3T was fifth. Sixth, the 25 Kelly Graham. Seventh was the 17 of Steve Humphrey. And eighth was Jonathan Hughes. In the sport mods. In the sport mods was the 01 Braden Carter. Second, the 30M Guard Young. Third, the 53 of Logan Herbie Anderson. Fourth, the 1V Curtis Vanderwall. Fifth, the 71X of Kason Keller. Sixth, 15K Kyle Harwood. Seventh, the 7V of Carter Vandenberg. Eighth was the 8T of Tony Johnson. Ninth, the 755R Stephen Berry. 10th, 29 Colton Lizzie. In the sport compacts, your winner was the 746 of Garrett Porter. Second, the 26X of Shane Barnes. Third, the 5T of Tyler Herring. Fourth, the 0 Bob Hayes. Fifth was James Herring in the 2H. Sixth was the 7 of Brandon Pickney. Eighth, the 11 of Caleb Hildebrand. 8th, the 18A of Kyle Rasdom, and 9th, the 2M of Matt Moore. Stock cars. Your winner was Micaiah Heidelbaugh in the 72H. Second, the 10G Justin Griffiths. Third, the 22R Tyler Reisler. Fourth, the B17 of Steve Byers. Fifth, the 8 of Austin Minders. Sixth, the 85 Jason McDaniel. Travis Bennell in the 10 was 7th. Clinton Goff in the 96 was 8th. And 9th was the 51T of Tanner Wilson. In the hobby stocks, your winner was Dustin Griffiths. Second, Jesse Williams, 54. Third, the 73 Aaron Martin. Fourth, the Austin Barnes in the 01. Fifth, Keaton Gordon in the 7. 55, Brad Stevens was 6. Seventh was Trevor Tanner in the 33T. Eighth was Mike Kincaid in 12th. Ninth, the 7B of Eric Stan. Peyton Stevens in the 44P was 10th. 11th, the 14 of Christian Hussman. 12th, the 44R Robbie Wilson. Cale Hemsley in the 88H was 13th. 14th, the 0N of Noah Graves. The 32 Taz of Bobby Green was 15th. 16th was the 22K or the 24K of Jimmy Kent. Jimmy Kazelane in 72H was 17th. 18th was James Pokington in 22. 19th, the 1R Rick Van Dusseldorp. 20th, the 6PX of Preston McDonald. 21st was the 71B of Brandon Payne. Or Tyson Overton, excuse me, in 41. And 42T. 22nd, the 71B of Brandon Payne. And 23rd, the B11 of Dakota Tuttle. Thoughts on the high limit? It was some good racing. They need some music in between the races when they're not talking. But I know it's a fast paced show. I like the choose cone. I love, but the signage there needs to be more and bigger signs. And also, Dylan's great, but Vince needs some work. Vince Welch needs some work, and the crowd, if you couldn't tell the other night at 34, was pretty full. TV didn't do it justice, but for a weeknight show, I love these high limit races. So that's my thoughts on it. Upcoming action starting tomorrow night through next Wednesday. Over at the Marshalltown Speedway is the points opener with mod lights, sport mods, stock cars, modifieds, hobby stocks, and sport compacts, all under the IMCA banner. Over at CJ Speedway, it will be hobby stock, sport mods, stock car, modifieds, and sport compacts. Saturday night at 34 is their points opener with 305 sprints, modified sport mods, midi haulers, sport compacts, and late models. Over at the Knoxville Raceway, third time's the charm. They do season opener with the pro sprints, 360 and 410s. Also, live on Flow Tuesday night will be round 3 of the High Limit Series as Kokomo in Kokomo, Indiana, the Kokomo Speedway will play host. And then, of course, next Wednesday night, Southern Iowa Speedway, your typical class of non-wing sprint cars, sport mods, stock cars, hobby stocks, and sport compacts. Thanks for tuning in. This has been another edition of the Dirt Racing Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast with Marshall Hain. Follow us on Twitter at Dirt_Podcast or on Facebook at the Dirt Racing Podcast.